Hi, Dan Broucher here, founder of Channel Key. Today I want to talk to you about how brands might need to adjust their strategy to win on Amazon. So currently there's 500+ million products on Amazon, and setting up your product and forgetting its strategy is not the winning strategy. Ultimately, what you need to do to stand out on the platform is make sure that you've got control over your presence on Amazon. And when I talk about control, I'm talking about control over your distribution, control over your content, control over your pricing, control over your merchandising and traffic driving initiatives. You don't want to be one of those 500+ million products that nobody can find, okay? Your product has to be discoverable on Amazon, and once somebody discovers your product, it's got to be convertible. So from our experience, maintaining control is paramount to being successful on Amazon, and I want to talk to you about distribution. So ideally on Amazon, depending upon how you choose to engage with the marketplace, whether you're a wholesale vendor or you're a seller on the platform, you want to control who has access to your products and who is selling your products. Meaning, if you're selling it to Amazon, you want Amazon to be the only seller. Or if you're selling it yourself on Amazon, you want to make sure you're the only seller of that product. What that does is give you the best opportunity to be successful, okay? So to control your distribution, there's a handful of things that from our experience, you really need to think about and consider doing if you haven't done so already. One of those is putting together an internet selling agreement, or an ISA. So what the ISA really does is tells your customers, those that are buying your product and maybe retailing your product, where and where they can't sell product. Okay, so our recommendation is always in your internet selling agreement, or ISA, prohibit and or restrict the selling of products on third-party marketplaces like Amazon. This will hopefully create an environment where, again, either Amazon's the only seller of the product or you are the only seller of the product on the platform. In addition to that, a lot of our clients are implementing what we call MAP policies, or minimum advertised pricing policies. And what this does is it tells your customers, again, that if they want to buy your product and they want to retail your product, then you strongly suggest they price it at this minimum level. And if they choose not to and choose to reprice below that, you can choose as the brand owner or manufacturer not to do business with them. Again, the goal here is to maintain and control your distribution. Now I want to talk about controlling your content. So what's happened over the years is that Amazon has started to give preferential treatment to brand owners. Okay, and more specifically, if you own the trademark for your brand and you submit that trademark into Amazon, they will give you what's called brand registry. So what that does is tells Amazon that you are the brand rights owner and content rights owner for that product, and they will give you preferential treatment to make sure that your product is represented and merchandised how you want it to be represented and merchandised. So for example, if you've created really nice product images and really nice lifestyle images and or product videos, we want to make sure that we're using that content on Amazon so it matches your storefront or your .com or wherever else your products are being sold. So what Amazon is doing is giving preferential treatment to brand owners and trademark brand owners on the Amazon platform. Okay, so the next phase of this element of control is around traffic driving, and using the tools like sponsored product ads or sponsored brand display ads, or the creation of storefronts, or the creation of coupons. All these really cool tools that help customers find your product. It helps you merchandise your product. You can combine different like products together. You can do some really cool stuff on Amazon. Again, if you've created an environment where you control the distribution, you control the content, you've got brand registry, and you've unlocked all of these really cool tools that will help you be successful. So the next element of control here that's super important, it's related to distribution, but it's pricing, okay? So there's something that we encounter quite a bit with larger brands that have traditional wholesale and retail distribution and other platforms other than Amazon. Okay, and there's this concept called channel conflict, or mitigating channel conflict. So what that means is, if I'm selling this shirt to Amazon, but I'm also selling it to Nordstrom, I want to make sure that my pricing and all these various channels is similar, if not the same. Because what can happen is, and we see this all the time, is I go to Nordstrom and I go try on this shirt and I figure out that, yep, this is the size that fits me and this is the color I like. But hey, you know what? I'm gonna scan the UPC on my Amazon app and I'm gonna figure out that I can get it with my Prime membership for 20% cheaper and have it delivered to my doorstep in 2 days, okay? So creating pricing parity amongst all channels is really critical and important. And the most exposure your products are going to get are on the Amazon platform. So if we're controlling distribution and we're controlling content and we're controlling pricing and we're driving the right traffic, that is the optimal setup and environment where you can have the most success. So again, we're talking about how brands need to adjust their strategy to win on Amazon. Okay, we're talking about control over distribution, content, pricing, merchandising. What's next? Okay, the beauty of Amazon is they give you a ton of data. Okay, sales data, customer data, feedback data. So the real key here to adjusting your strategy and being successful is understanding and being able to consume that data and affect change and continually close the loop around what the data is telling you. For example, let's say I have a high return rate on this white shirt that I'm wearing. And maybe if I start reading the reviews, I see that, you know what, normally I'm a size large, but for whatever reason, it runs big, okay? So there's an opportunity to lower my return rates by consuming that data and affecting my content by putting up a sizing chart or putting in a bullet point that says, hey, this shirt runs big or small, you might want to consider ordering up or down, okay? So my point is that once you've developed this element of control, okay, you have to continually be proactive, consume the data, understand what the data is telling you, and change the way you're doing business. This is a proactive approach and it requires day-to-day activity inside of your account, inside of your store, and inside of your listings. You must continually monitor and manage the business around the clock. It's a 24/7 buying platform, and if you don't have that mindset, and if you're not ready to continually monitor what's happening, there's a really good chance that over time your sales are going to fall off, your competitors are going to start beating you in search, and you're ultimately going to need to revise your strategy. Our goal at Channel Key is to help you protect your brand, help give you the strategies that you're going to need to control your presence on the marketplace so you can have a successful selling platform that supports all the other places that you want to sell your products. This is Dan Brownshire, founder of Channel Key. Happy selling.